Hey now, everybody, what's up? Welcome to Hot Book Alert Live. How you doing, Ben?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Good to be back on the show after off a couple of weeks. Life just getting in the way, but yeah, man, good to be back. And yeah, I just noticed in the thumbnail all three of these books we had talked about at one time or another on Long Story Short.
Yeah. Okay, so how was Monaco?
Monaco was weird, man. Like I sent you that picture of like that Ferrari, the garage that just worked on Ferraris, right?
Yeah.
It was like at least like $50 million without hyperbole worth of Ferraris just in that garage. At
Uh-huh.
least, probably way more. Um, but it feels like basically, where rich gangsters from Italy and like Russia go to hang out. It just has a weird vibe to it, man. Has a really weird vibe to it. It was cool. It was cool. My room overlooked the water, which was nice. But yeah, I don't know. I like London better. Paris was better. I didn't go looking for comics there, but I can't imagine there's a comic book store
I bet
in
you they don't
Monaco.
know. I bet you they don't know a damn thing about comic books in
And if there
Monaco.
was one, I couldn't afford anything in there anyway, would be my guess. So
Well,
um
what is a comic book? Does it have anything to do with a woman's breasts?
yeah. Yeah, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful, but yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say it was soulless, but it felt like it was missing something. I don't know. It's hard to put my finger on it,
It was
but
I think I know. I think I get an idea what you're talking about. It's beautiful, but there's just something. There's just something.
yeah, there's just something off. But yeah, but Paris was good. Had a great time digging for comics, and Paris is nuts. Like if you walk along the river, the
Okay.
Seine there, and like you see all these people like selling like paintings, and like they're just everywhere.
Hmm.
And they had like these little booths that are like built into the side of the wall next to the river, and so many of them were selling comic books. It was amazing. And then like just I sent you pictures like paintings of like Black Widow sitting in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Like it's just like that comic culture there is it's crazy. And then I went to a couple of stores in Paris that were both pretty cool. One of them, which I never connected the dots on it, there was that Gwenpool book from the Paris Comic Con,
Yeah.
and the store was the pulp store that we had talked about. That was their exclusive, so they had a couple of those there I bought, which I wasn't expecting. I was like, I'm in Paris, I might as well buy this book of all books. And then there was another one across the street that had a pretty damn good selection of back issues. So I spent a couple hours there. It was good. It was good. And then London, one of the best shops went out of business, and it's being picked up by Forbidden Planet.
Mm.
And Forbidden Planet is like it's like they just sell like all modern stuff, and that's it. Like there's no back issues whatsoever. There's a lot of trade paperbacks, a lot of manga, but no back issues. So it's kind of one of those stores. Like
Hmm.
they package everything up and like blow them out in like grab bags and stuff.
Lord Tapman's comics. What's up, buddy?
What's up, buddy?
Thank you, man. We're so Mr. Longshort here went on a European vacation. He basically went on a world tour with Muhammad, my man, going each and every place with a mic in his hand. That's exactly what he did. He went to some of the most beautiful places in Europe, and he came back to tell many tales of comic book finding.
Hey, here.
Is that right?
Yeah, man. It was. I wish there was more time for digging, but I had a couple of down days in certain cities, and did my best to dig around. So
Hell
I found a
yeah.
new one in London that I hadn't been to before.
Hmm.
It wasn't that great, but like I get there, I find it. I'm like, okay, I can get there by 5:30, and it closes
Okay.
at 7. So it gives me an hour and a half. It's worth me putting the time. So I get there, start looking around, and they just start closing the doors. I'm like, they don't even say anything to me. And I'm like, what? She's like, oh, we're going to close an hour early. I'm like, son of a bitch. So um, but it's all right.
Heroes
There wasn't.
Reborn. What's up, man? Thank you. What's
Um,
happening? Okay,
but
so now you talk about the comic book culture in Paris, right?
yeah,
Like so Paris has a lot of comics.
yeah, man. A lot of them are foreign, some are American, but they're
Uh-huh.
just in like these little street like yeah. There was at least three reasonably decent stores. There may have been a fourth that I didn't get to, but I went to three reasonably decent stores,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, just on my way to when I was walking, I kept seeing these booths, and they weren't even all open. Probably like there were like 30-40% of these little street vendors were just open for business, but there's a ton of them. And I walked by three big ones that were all basically comic books.
What's the ratio of like American books?
Most of these had a mix of both. They had a lot of American books and then a
Mm-hmm.
lot of foreign books. They're all foreigns of U.S. books. It's not like they're not like some French comic you've never heard of. It's like Marvel, Image, DC, but in French most likely.
Okay.
So there were a lot of those, and like I said, these booths sold posters and like I mean they're definitely like into like the American comic vibe there. So I stopped at those. I grabbed a couple of things out of there, but I was I was trying to get to the stores before they closed,
Yeah.
and then when I came back, they were closing up the booths, and then I didn't have any time to go circle back to them at any other point while I was there. So I would have spent more time digging through them if I could have.
And is there like a particular comic book character that they gravitate towards? You know, like how America gravitates towards Spider-Man and
I
Batman.
mean, if you just look at like the posters and stuff, it's like all
Yeah.
of the Marvel stuff, but there was a
Mm-hmm.
lot of Superman as well. But there's just like it's weird. It's Paris, like these vendors are pushing like a lot of Americana. Like there's other booths that have like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck
Yeah.
and like all that kind of shit. It was interesting, but yeah, the comic book stuff. It was most you'd see the Hulk, you'd see Spider Man, but even like Black Widow. Yeah, it's a pretty big mix, but it was I would say the for the most part the major Marvel and DC characters.
I know there's gosh, I want to say Belgium and France. Aren't they neighbors or
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Because there's a and they speak in Belgium, they speak French, or is it like an offshoot of French? I don't know.
So I mean, I think they speak French in Belgium
Mm-hmm.
and a couple other languages as well.
Because I remember, so this series here, 13. That's a bad picture. It's too small. But I know, like, I loved this graphic novel just because of, like, the art that they put in, or just the level of detail in the art. I always thought was like just amazing.
Hey, Lord Hatman, I think you got the wrong idea about the Frenchmen. They are the other way. They they all love Marie Le Pen, and that was the French politician that they just basically said she was embezzling money to keep her off the ballot. So they are more populist than America's become in recent years.
Are there any artists that they like French artists that you noticed?
Like comic book artists or just
Yeah.
artists?
Yeah, French artists.
Um, I'm trying to think if there are any like major like I mean Gerard Perel
Hmm.
is French, but I think he lives in the US.
Okay.
Um who else? There was nobody that's like featured at the stores. I mean the
Yeah.
stores were basically like one of them had a lot of new issues. It was all just like the stuff you'd buy here, the variants you'd find here.
Hmm.
And then one of them was both. They had a ton of back issues, and then all the new stuff. But the new stuff they're selling, they're not selling like the foreign language stuff there. Like you never see that new stuff in the stores. It's all just like just the stuff that the same stuff you'd see here coming out at the same time, more or less.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, I was just kind of I mean, I'm pretty sure there's more that you could say.
Yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool. Like, I always try to hit up a couple of stores whenever I have to travel for work. But yeah, Paris. I'd been there like 10 years ago, but I didn't remember any of that stuff.
Beautiful. I just know I like these French artists, like these French comic artists. And there's another one.
Oh yeah, there's another one.
There was another series, I think The Killer, Jacquemont and Mats. This was a French series, right? I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But I had, I had these like individual issues. But there's something about, like I mentioned before, the level of detail that like these European artists put into like just even a comic panel.
Well, I mean, a lot of these guys probably went to school to be classically trained artists, right? Not to be comic artists. And they just found that they could get jobs in comics to pay the bills. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, this is just, I appreciate this art. Good stuff, man. I'm glad you're back.
I'm happy to be back, man. It was, then when I got back, I happened to go down to Richmond. That weekend it was it's a lot. It's a lot, but yeah, back. Happy to be back on the show. Looking forward to talking. See what's moving. See what's hot.
Oh, for sure. Let's get into it. Okay, so we've got. Here are some notable sales that I wanted to talk about. So we have a LB Cole cover, Tales of the Jungle number 20, that sold for $800. I'm pretty sure we talked about this already, but for 800, and that looks like a decent condition.
Looks really good.
Yeah. So, beautiful underwater cover. You guys going to C2 E2? Isn't Yi going?
Yi's gonna be there. Not gonna make it. I will not be in Chicago, but
I want to travel. So I drove. I've done like at least 3 road trips already just this year, and all 3 were busts. So I'm just kind of like, let me hang my ass back. I don't want to spend any more money on travel or anything like that for probably, I don't know, for maybe another 6 months, honestly.
Yeah. I haven't. I mean, I've had to travel for other reasons, but not for comics. The show's picking up around here. It's starting to get to the good part of the year, so I don't have to go too far. Like if I'm willing to go 2 hours, I can get to some really good shows. But
I know I'm tired now. I was at a convention today. Woke up at like 4-ish, and like I helped work the convention. Came home, worked on this show, so I haven't taken my nap. I haven't taken my old man nap. So
I should work one of those into it. I just never into the day, but I never do it. So, do you get anything at the show at all? You find anything?
Oh yeah. Marvel Man Comics. He was there. I saw him there. His significant other let him go out.
Nice.
And so I found like I literally had a stack like this
Nice. A new haul video coming up.
I believe so. Sometime soon. But I do want to find some more books to kind of round things out. But I did find some good stuff. But okay, next up is Invincible number 60. This freaking second print, dude. I see this book all the time. I need to take more naps myself. Yeah, man. I love my naps. Like especially like on my days off where I don't get like a decent night's sleep. Get that day nap in. Be like, and I'll be still recovering from the nap until it's time to go back to sleep. But okay, so I see this book all the time. This Invincible number 60 second print, and it's always expensive.
Yeah,
And you have
man.
this 9.6 that sold for 1,300.
That's nuts.
Okay, but
I
there's
tell you,
like,
man, that show is good, and like I
uh-huh.
tell you, my son, like, he loves that show, like, worships it.
But I just can't. I don't understand. It's like a different cover from.
Yeah, from the other one. I mean, there weren't a ton of variants for the series, and there weren't a ton of late printings. Like, all of them go for good money.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Okay. Oh, okay. So they took that from the interior art. Okay. Sounds good. And you have a Batman, what is this? 609 first appearance of Hush. So this is a newsstand 9.8 that sold for 530.
All right, all right. I'm not mad at that.
I know we both love our newsies. So
Yeah, I mean, I continue to grab them more and more. I think I think in a few years they're going to continue to surprise, but we'll see.
so you have those early 2000s newsstand, early 2000s to what, 20 teens.
Yeah, like 2013, I think was like the end of the Marvel ones. I think DC might have gone another year or two with
Uh-huh.
them, but yeah. I mean, I got a newsie right here from our good friend Bruce. Like, I've been wanting this one, and he found it and just sent it to me as a gift. So I owe him something cool. But
Oh,
because I mean, the foil of this is cool, and the regular one, but the newsie, right? You don't see that one that often. So,
for sure.
um, yeah. So I'm grabbing. I mean, finding newsies is like one of the one of the new fun things out there, because they can still just be found at any shops and stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of dealers are not paying attention to them.
I remember coming across a bunch of Image newsstands where I didn't even think those existed, and Valiant newsstands where I didn't think those existed. So
Valiant newsstands, like not from the original run. It must have been from
yeah,
the
like kind of just later, probably I want to say like mid 90s, not early 90s, but probably like mid 90s.
like after the
After
relaunch.
Unity. I would say after after Unity,
Okay.
that's when they kind of went into the like newsstand mode.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Do I have any Valiant newsies? I would have grabbed them if I saw them. I don't know if I do.
Hmm.
I can't think of any off the top of my head. No. I have to keep my eyes open.
Yeah, I gotta dig through what I found and picked up. Okay, so Planet Comics. Is this where does this rank on your favorite covers?
I mean, it's got to be in my top 10.
Top 10?
Yeah, I've always loved this book.
Okay.
It's got to be.
Um,
Certainly top 25. Certainly top 25. Probably top 10.
are you turned off by what is this? A PGX slab?
I mean, I don't know if I am, but it's not fetching the prices the CGC 9.8s were going for, man. So
Okay, so you see this. What's a 9.8 going? Like a
it
CGC
went way
9.8?
down. It was in the thousands during the Dave Stevens mania last year.
Yeah.
Um, the staples rust easily on this book.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, so this thing went for 368. Is that
Mm-hmm.
what?
Yep. PGX 9.8 368.
That's
You
probably a
you mad at that
949
price?
a 9496 price. I might have
Mm-hmm.
rolled the dice on it.
Okay. Okay. And then we have this astounding. I'm astounded by Astounding Wolfman. So
Yes.
number 17, this variant, an 8.5 sold for $650.
You never see these things though, man, ever. There's been a couple of Wolfman sales recently, though. I think somebody sold all three of the variants, right? Of the real tough variants, like
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I see number 5, the what is that? The Art Adams variant. I think I still have a copy kicking around somewhere, but I'm like tripping over those. Those go for about what, 50
Yeah.
on a really good day.
Yeah, I found one of those in a dollar bin not that long ago.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And you've got, look at this, a raw ASM presents Amazing Spider-Man presents Black Cat #1 J. Scott Campbell cover.
Yeah, I see. This is the book I wanted to grab this year, and like everybody else seemed to have the same idea because I can't fucking find one.
There was a copy that sold for around, okay, so last week we talked about it. There was one that
I
sold
saw,
for
yeah,
around 800, and it was, I think the main flaw was it was dented in the upper spine corner.
I couldn't see it,
Hmm.
but do you think like you could press that out?
It had a color break in it.
Okay.
So I don't think you'd get a 9.8. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, you mad at this price, or
I don't know what to feel about this price, honestly. I mean, if that's a 9.8 or 9.8 contender, I guess that's reasonable.
let's see. What I say it sold for what, 14.5 or something like that. I mean, it's decent. It's definitely no denting.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
But for that much money, you should probably get a few more pictures. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
front and back. So I guess somebody's willing to gamble.
Yeah. It's amazing that this thing raw sells for multiples of Losh 23. I know it's rarer, but
Yeah, yeah.
you would think they would be, it would be a little closer, but
Okay, so yeah, because I this book, and there was another book that I talked about last week that the the
oh yeah,
steampunk Wonder Woman 28. Like I'm one. Okay, so let's put this to a poll, impartial poll, unofficial poll. What would you guys rather have in the 9.8? The Black Cat #1 or the Supergirl Legion of Superheroes 23 Hughes?
I mean the answer is Black Cat because it goes for a lot more, but
Uh,
that's like added. I mean that Losh 23, that could be the best looking modern comic. Like it could, like you can make an argument that like that could be the top of the list, and and it sells respectably, but even so, like raw, you can get them for 500-600 right now if you're lucky, and this thing's going for 3x that.
see, we got at least two Let's see, at least 2 going for Supergirl, Black Cat, Supergirl, Black Cat, and somebody for a Golden Age. I still have mine.
Didn't
In
you have
the
2 of those? Didn't you had 2 at one point?
it's so funny. Like as soon as I got the Raw number 23, I sold the 9-4 because I thought that one just looked better. But I
Yeah.
should have held on to both of them though. I should have held on to both, but I do have the Black Cat and the 9-8. So so that's why I'm so interested in seeing what that goes for, especially Raw. Because there was a time when this in the 9-8, the Black Cat was going for like in a 9-8, it was going for like 25.
Yeah.
So to see a Raw copy selling for 14.25 and you only get like 5 pictures, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
you know, that's interesting to see. So I would like to see a 9-8 show up. You know,
Yeah.
to
It
hit the
would
market.
it would still be in that 25 range or better, I bet.
Mm-hmm. Changing my accent to Black Cat so I can get the Supergirl and have money left over. See? All right. Now, do you remember what a Vengeance #1 variant was going for in a 9-8?
I think that thing hit over $2,000, didn't it?
I want honestly, I want to
Dude,
say 5. I want to say 5 for some reason.
I can look
Maybe
it
I'm
up.
off.
Hold on, I'll look it up right now.
Okay.
I have one in a 9.6, not a 9.8.
All right.
I should have sold the stupid thing.
Now, this is one of my early specs, America Chavez, back in the day, where I'd mentioned her first appearance being in Vengeance.
I
And
remember you
then,
talking about that on your videos, man.
yeah, and you guys should get the variant.
Oh, I remember that. All right, so the high grade on a 9.8,
Mm-hmm.
as I can see it. Holy shit. $6,000.
Oh wow! It's like I was right, but I was wrong
But
at
you
the
know,
same time.
but that's like catching lightning in a bottle. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they had spiked for that one, and then the next sale was 4,400, which is still nuts. But
Mm-hmm. So it averaged about what, $5,000.
yeah,
Wow.
but it went from 31 to 6 back down to 44, and then it just started to collapse.
Yeah. But yeah, those were times, man. But I mean, a 9.8 selling for $568. Okay. All right.
It's a great Diodato cover, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
the cover is
Yeah,
great.
it's fun. It's fun. You got like pretty much all the premier villains on one cover. Next up. Okay, look at this one. Famous Funnies. So you basically have a bound edition of all the Frazetta Famous Funnies. Do you like these bound?
No, they annoy the shit out of me. I mean, I don't know. I don't
You
think I
wonder why they do it, but it's like you can kind of understand.
No, I get it. Like the guy wanted to preserve his comics back in the day, had them
Yeah,
all bound together, but it just pisses me off a little bit, I think. Like
yeah. I'm hoping to find one with at least an Amazing Fantasy 15 in it, like a bound edition of Amazing Adult Fantasy.
yeah.
I mean, these, they look good, but I understand.
Justin, I think they're intentionally trying to slow the economy, so I think that'll hurt comics. Hurt anything for a little bit. I don't want to get into the market, but but basically, you know, they need to lower interest rates, is what's going on. But I think, yeah, anytime you slow down the economy, I think it hurts discretionary spending on comics and that kind of stuff. So I would imagine, you know, the comics are, I mean, you're starting to see some ridiculous deals right now on stuff. So I would imagine that might go for a little while longer.
Okay.
But who the hell knows?
Okay. And another hot number one from back in the day, another hot number one variant from back in the day. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur number one, the 1 in 25 variant. So this raw copy sold for $113.
I mean, that book was also a freaking moonshot back in the day. I mean, hold on. Well, what did that thing peak at? Hold on one second. I'm curious. I don't think it got anywhere near the other one, but it definitely had some big price tags on that book. So the high on this thing was 2,500.
Wow.
Damn. All right.
That's still hella respectable.
Yep.
I remember. So what were the hot characters from like 6, 7 years ago?
Like you're talking like before the pandemic or
around that time.
Yeah,
around that time.
I mean, obviously Miles set the whole world ablaze, right?
Yeah.
And then it was all the characters kind of following up behind him.
Yeah.
Moon Girl was big.
Chavez,
Riri had a fucking ridiculous. I mean, that freaking Age of Apocalypse variant. I remember selling it for 300, feeling pretty good about it, and the damn thing went to like 3,000 like months later. I've never been more sick to my stomach in my life. And now it's all the way back down.
Yeah. We went full roller coaster.
No, man, it was not. Some of those books were freaking bananas. Trying to think who else. I mean, Something Like Killing Its Children stuff was all super hot.
Oh, all that Shuri stuff.
Oh yeah.
Wonderful times. Okay, so I guess these books got hot over the week. So all this Amazing Spider-Man number 546 stuff. This
I should dig mine out. I've got the 2 in the upper right corner, the variants there, the Peter.
Yeah, so I've got the reprint, the Marvel's Greatest Comics reprint. I may have the regular cover of that. I gotta maybe try to find it, and I definitely have the what is this, a Brian Hitch variant?
Yeah, the one the Spidey that was swinging out there. It's a cool looking book. I've always liked the way, I don't know, there's something about the vibe of that book I always kind of liked.
Yeah, and I might still have the second print. I can't remember, but I guess we'll take a look. Let's see. Amazing Spider-Man 546. Let's see what these books are selling for now.
Didn't this book get hot because it's the first appearance of Jackpot or some stupid shit like that in there?
I want to say the actual first appearance of Jackpot is that shoot. Okay, so the
first appearance of the character that becomes the Jackpot. I don't know. There was something in this book that I want to.
Okay, so the title of the next Spider-Man movie is Brand New Day.
Right.
That plays a lot into it. Shoot.
No, I know that's why this. But I want to say that there was, because I bought these books like with some.
I know what you mean. But here's the actual first appearance from the 2007 annual.
Okay.
And then you have like just all this selling. And then you have the I could never find this sketch cover. Could never find this.
I don't
The
remember seeing it either.
Yeah, the 1 in 100. What else so we got the set of the regular cover and the variant. Yeah, all I did like this week was just try to dig out all this brand new day stuff. Even the One More Day issues. I tried to dig those out because those are kind of getting relevant again. So
Strike while the iron's hot.
yeah, exactly. Okay, it's good to see. Okay, first Mr. Negative. Oh, Mr. Negative?
Yeah, and he's definitely in this issue. I mean, that's
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. COMIC number 1. I also found a bunch of copies of Jackpot number 1 from 2008. Let's see if these go. Let's see if these go for anything.
There's no way, dude. They can't. I remember buying some.
Let's see. Come on. Give me something. Give me something to work with. Nah, probably not. We might have to wait. Because I was just gonna like just grab every like One More Day book, every Brand New Day, even the doubles, and just here, take them. But I'm still like, I'm still finding things from from different places. So I don't see Jackpot number 1 selling, so I guess it's not its time yet. But yeah, I just want to find everything. And I'm surprised this book really doesn't go for anything. It should go
it's
for
weird,
more.
man. It's a good looking book.
Yeah. I think just off a general principle, this should probably go for something. Okay, I think we talked enough about Brand New Day. Okay, have you seen this book? Fantastic Four number 13 from 2023.
I don't remember it now.
Yes. Okay. So this came out close to 2 years ago. And so this is the first appearance of the Doomasaur. I gotta think if I had seen, like, dude, I never noticed this cover. And this came out like around the time of the Marvels movie, so probably like a year and a half ago or something like that. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I missed. I don't. I just missed this thing. I guess I don't remember. I don't remember the Doomasaur.
I know. Yeah. Okay. So I see this up on a wall today at a show, right? And I'm thinking, did this just come out? But then I see the ad for the Marvels, and I'm just like, how did I miss this? So I'm just perplexed, and I'm just wanted to see if anybody else knew anything about this. But yeah,
I wish I had some color to add, but
yeah. Listen, I'm even if it's just perplexed. But yeah, this is a really interesting cover. So I got to try to find it cheap somewhere. So it's on my want list now. Okay, and check this out. So we got the So Much Fun X-Men 221, a 9.8 sold for $919, $920.
Almost $1,000. Wow.
Yeah. Right. I saw that, man. My jaw dropped.
That's a good sale.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, shit, bro. I gotta see what mine goes for now. And I might have to probably get it pressed and graded. And we have a Griffin. was this double novel number 2,
This is
Bruce Timm.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, sold for $455. I wanted to put it in the slideshow, but I ran out of steam, so I'm just gonna put it right there. But yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's a good looking book.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, and I noticed these are selling
I'm
for
pretty sure
whatever
I've got
reason.
one of these somewhere.
Yeah, Spider Gwen Ghost Spider 10. This is the carnageized variant. I remember like Wednesday Warrioring trying to find this. And I've got a copy kicking around somewhere.
Wow. Surprised those are respectable sales.
Mm-hmm. All right, so not so hot book. Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 13. So this is that 2020 variant. Do you remember when this book was hot?
No, yeah, man, big time.
Yeah, so we have a CGC 9.8 that sold for $21.50 after 10 bids.
You know what the problem when you look at high and low sales for books?
Mm-hmm.
So this thing clearly sold for $21. The problem is you're like, shit, I'd buy that. Try to go find one in 9.8 for $21, right? You're not going to. It's the same thing with the high sales on these things. Like this book sold for $5,000, but there was like one.
Yeah.
And you weren't the guy getting that price. You know what I mean? Like the market is a little distorted on the highs and the lows.
Mm-hmm.
Because you see this, like, I'd go buy one of those for $21. Why not?
But it's not going to happen though.
Not going to happen. You're going to pay $75 for it or whatever.
That's a 9.8. That's a 9.8. I'm not giving that away. Yeah. Screw you.
$21. It cost me more than that to get it graded.
Sold by Probstein.
This is not a good time to be auctioning books like this, man. You're going to get burnt.
Right. That's an auction too. Just don't do it. I know, right? All right. So let's get into the proper slideshow here. And what are we starting off with? Underworld Crime number 7 from 1953. So this is a classic crime cover from Fawcett Publications. Did you see anything like this up on the wall?
I love this book. This weekend, it was so overwhelming. I would be surprised if someone didn't have this there. There was a lot of golden at this show. So I'd be surprised if it wasn't there, but I love this book.
Yeah. It's just great colors. Yeah. And I'm honestly just now like looking at the design on the woman's top. You know what I mean? There's just the level of detail on that.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah. This is really good.
Now the poker that he's got there, it's electric, it's plugged in.
It looks yeah. Electric poker.
He didn't have it just sitting in the hot coals and pull it out like this thing. He charged it up.
No, he charged that boy.
Right.
All right, let's take a look at the only 63. This is a famous cover. I'm surprised there's only 63.
I love it. I love low census, man.
Okay, so the highest is a 9.0 and then an 8.5 down the line. Okay, so we had a CGC 4.0 that sold for $2,400. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to find the. Here we go. So let's take a look. You mad at this price for the grade?
No. And it presents very well for a 4. I'm curious to see where it got dinged so bad. The back, maybe?
Yeah, this looks like a...
It's a little dirt. It's a crease there, I guess, through the back there.
Yeah, big old crease.
It doesn't upset me, though.
No, not at all. I wonder what these were going for back in the early 2000s.
Don't look, man. You're just gonna depress yourself. What the fuck was I spending my money on? Yeah, it's a good looking book.
Wow.
Is that a stain right there in the middle? Right
There.
below? Yeah, right there. Yeah.
It looks like it. Or it might have been. It might be part of the design. Let's see. Okay, no, it's a stain. I mean, the colors are still pretty deep, you know. I'm not mad at this. It seems like he put the most detail in the woman.
Yeah, man. He knows what moves the books.
Yeah. I just love the detail right here. Just it's so good.
Yeah, it's a great book.
And you notice like part of that is like off her shoulder, part of it is on. You know, a lazier artist would have had both of them like off her shoulder or something like that.
Yeah, perfectly symmetrical or something without. Yeah. Yeah.
Add to the chaotic nature of the scene. Yeah, this is great. Not mad at this at all. Beautiful stuff. All right, what's next? Detective Comics number 414 from 1946. Joker cover. Win Mortimer cover art. 114. Wow, 298. 114 total on the census. Okay. God, I can't. I'm afraid of what those what a 9.8 of this would look like.
Yeah, man. That'd be a Joker cover. It'd be a big book.
If I looked at it, I think I would die. Okay, so a CGC 6.5 sold for
$6.50.
Jesus. It sold for $2,295.
Dude, don't feel bad. I do these slides too, and you like you go cross-eyed at some point. It's like
$6.50. But yeah, this is a good looking book. I wanted to take a look at it really quickly. Here we go.
For $2,300. Huh?
This is pretty solid.
I mean, think about this book in a 9.8. How dark the cover is, man. Like,
yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. That's like the equivalent of a black hole. You get shit lost in there.
And this is a sharp 6.5 too.
Mm-hmm. This is a really nice 6.5. I bet you whoever submitted this was disappointed with the grade.
I wouldn't disagree with that, man.
I bet you they were hoping for like an 8 or at least a 7. I would think they were hoping for maybe like a 7.75.
I think that's fair.
Because this looks real good. But yeah, good looking book. All right. Next up, Zip Comics number 18. Irv Novick headlights cover. Look at those tits.
So she's just lying there. He's fighting off. What's that? A fire-breathing lizard man? Like,
she wakes up. She's like, oh, baby, why you so bloody? Why your hands all messed up? Just not a care in the world. This is a.
You think you could save her?
Huh?
Could you save her? You think?
I would try. I would definitely try, especially for those tits. Yeah, for sure. You'll poke your eye out. Zip comics are expensive. Yes. This cover is sharp. Yes. Okay. 23. Wow. Only 23 total on the census. But the highest is a 9.6. And then a 9.0. And then okay, so we go from a 9.0 to a 6.5. So that's a hell of a drop.
Big time, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so a 3.0 of Zip Comics number 18 sold for 1480.
That's not. It doesn't feel that bad for some reason.
This looks pretty good. I'm not mad at this. Let's see. All right. This is a great. Well, okay. You can see right there. Does that
Okay,
bother
yeah.
you? That bother you?
Listen, ideally, it wouldn't rip right through her, but I don't love it, but I could live with it. I
Okay.
wish it would have been, an inch or two in either direction, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't like that the rip is on right on the woman, but it's not covering her tits though.
it stopped.
Yes. That tear knew what was up. But yeah, this is a fun cover, man.
The shield on the back, is that who that was?
Yeah. Found out predates Captain America.
Yeah, by like a year or two.
Yeah.
He's a ginger. The shield.
It looks like the Shield and Dusty. What was that? Joe Higgins, the Shield and Dusty. Oh, this is a little dirty right there. What is this, a 3.0? Okay, pretty solid. I mean, that's not bad for a 3.0.
No.
I'm with it. Great tits. All right. Next up is Marvel Mystery Comics number 58 from 1944. Alex Schomburg cover. What's the census on this? 65. I don't know why. I always think like these Marvels, these Golden Age Marvels would have like a higher census. I don't know why.
You'd think that. I mean, yeah, you feel like they should have been kept and looked after, but
Yeah, just because. All right, so we had a raw copy that sold for 1138. Let's see if we can take a look. Did I save it? Marvel Comics Mystery. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so this sold for 1137.
it's pretty damn clean, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a really, that's a supple spine, I gotta say. The back, probably let it soak a little bit.
Yeah.
I know some people. What's going on here?
Right, is that torn at the staple there?
I don't know if that's shadow or not. Uh, uh. Oh, do you know what this is? This a single staple? Yeah, this is a single staple. It looks like it's attached. I'll say it's attached.
Yeah.
Because it would, okay, if it were detached, this thing would lay completely flat. Like this front cover, the cover, it would be completely flat. All right. I appreciate the pictures of the interior pages. Wow, look at that guy. That's imagination right there.
Namor is freaking jacked in this one.
I know, right? Okay, yeah, it looks attached. This cover, so okay, a little bit of a spine split. The Patriot. Okay, I mean, looks good. Looks good. Looks good. You like it for that price?
I
In that
dig it.
condition? Okay, good stuff. All right, next up, Archie's Girls, Betty and Veronica, #1 from 1950, Bill Vigoda cover. All right, so 101 on the census, with the highest being a 9.4. And okay, so we had a raw copy. I'm not gonna get into the pictures on this, but a raw copy sold for 1,200. Let's just say $1,200.
That's respectable, man.
Mm-hmm. I don't think there's like any notable like first appearances or anything like that. It's just a #1.
Is this the first like Archie spinoff they got a #1?
I think so, because like everything else is like Archie, Archie, Archie,
Yeah.
and then I can't think of anything else because you had what Archie's Madhouse, Archie's Joke Book, but I think those might be later, So
Yeah, and Pep was the original, right? So you can't
yeah,
really.
Pep Comics, yeah. All right, good stuff. But respectable. I wouldn't be in the market for it, but congrats to whoever sold it and congrats to whoever bought it. All right, Science Comics #1. Archie Comics feels like a black hole. Yeah. Dude, there's like an infinite. It really does feel like an infinite number of Archie Comics at this
Oh
point,
yeah,
right?
man. They really do. I mean, I look for Archie. I mean, I spend time going, and it's just like it never ends. It just never.
I'm pretty certain Archie Comics could like literally like spin around the globe. Could, could like single file just around the earth. But there's no question that it could, but how many times over?
Yeah, I mean, many times.
Just like one issue of each, no doubles. It could just like circle the earth.
I'm gonna do some math on that later this week.
All right, next up, a Science Comics #1, 1940, beautiful bondage cover. So Fox Feature Syndicate, Lou Fine cover art. While with a lightning flash, Electro suddenly appeared. Okay, so this is not so Amazing Spider-Man's Electro ain't the first Electro.
It's not the first time that's happened.
Right?
These names get thrown around a lot, but I love this cover, man. This thing's great.
Yeah, this feels very of its time. This feels like late 30s, more so than 1940. So 49 on the census. Okay, so the highest is a 9.2, but it's restored. And so the highest that's not restored is an 8.0. 2 8.0s.
Yeah, I'd love to get hands on one of these. This is great.
Okay, so CGC 1.8 sold for $14.80. Let's take a look. Science, A B C D E F G. Okay, let's take a look. All right. Ooh, what? This is a 1.8. I wonder what's going on the insides. Okay, tape on interior cover and tape on interior cover and interior. Okay.
Probably a detached cover that they.
Ah.
It still presents really, really well for a 1.8.
Yeah, this presents great. If you told me this was like a 4, I'd believe you, you know?
Yeah.
Oh wow, look at that. Man, look at those. Damn.
There's a theme on the show tonight, Carter.
We got headlight. We got the show. The theme of the show is headlights. Dang. I'm not mad at this chick.
Yeah, it's a really good looking. Maybe the best 1.8 I've ever seen, to be honest with you.
I know, man. What's going on? Hey, somebody take a look. Look the serial number up and let us know what's going on for it to be for this beautiful looking 1.8 to be a 1.8. I don't get it. This is gorgeous. Damn. Good looking stuff, man. All right, what's next? Okay, All Select Comics #1 from 1943. So Alex Schomburg cover. We need to start calling these banana tits instead of headlights. 117 total on the census. Oh shoot! I think did I mess up? No. Okay, so the highest that's not like restored or a green label is a 9.2.
So how many blue labels of this? 70
Um,
something? I can't see it.
Yeah, 74 universal.
Yeah, wow. I mean, why are there so many restored of this book? I mean, like, you see some, you see a smattering on some, but like, there's a lot.
There's okay, so there's like a lot of black on there, but
you think people are just touching it up?
I guess people really like this cover.
No, this cover's awesome, man. This book is, of this era of Schomburg, like this is up there for me.
Yeah, bro, this is like, doesn't even have any chicks on it. That's how great this book is.
Cap just looks fucking mean on this one.
Okay, so a raw copy sold for $4,553 after 49 bids.
Holy shit.
After 49 bids. Okay, so let's take a look. Human Torch. Cap. All select. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look. Let's see if this book is worth $4,500 to you guys. There's a list long for the previous comic.
Oh, you asked why was it, like, what was the deal with it being a 1.8?
Yeah.
What do you got, Bruce? Can you drop it in the
I bet you that thing reads like the New Testament.
Man, this thing is rough.
It looks like it'll press out nice, though.
It'll be a couple of posts.
Okay. Damn. $4,500. Okay, the back. This back is beat. Wow.
I mean, this book goes for big bucks.
Okay, so light spine stress lines to cover crease right top of front crease, cover crease left. Jesus. I love CGC and their lack of punctuation. Front cover crease left cover of front cover crease right bottom of front cover crease left back cover. Damn it.
It sounds like steps to a dance.
Making me sound making me sound like a fucking NBA player. Crease top back cover crease center. Did you ever see there's a clip of Kevin Garnett? I think he's like pronouncing defiantly or something like that, and he just like totally botched it. But all right, crease top back cover crease center of back cover crease left bottom of back cover piece out top spine piece out of bottom spine stain. Oh gee, I'm about to poop out. Stain top of spine small piece out right cover of front cover small piece right out bottom of front cover split top of spine split center of spine. Jeez. Okay. Split bottom of center spine crease top of front cover crease center of front cover crease bottom of front cover cover multiple tape of front full of center of interior spine multiple top pages 1 through 32. Done. Thanks a lot, Bruce. Oh shoot. This book CCC just say this book is fucked. Yes. I remember that price because I cringed when I won 600 for a golden age back then. To me, high price before that was around 450 for gold. Oh wow. That was fun trying to read that.
This book is beat up, man, but this book goes for crazy money. So I was just looking. 3.0 sold last summer. You want to take a guess?
I'm gonna say for a 3.0, I'm gonna say 10.
Almost 17.
Oh crap! Wow.
Almost 17, man. Fucking nuts.
Okay, I can see. Okay, look at this. Look, do you see what's going on here?
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So what is that? That's that looks like color touch.
More likely than not.
Yeah. That color touch, more color touch. You see that color touch, color touch. Damn. So they look at that color touch. Dang. All right, let me go back to the front page if I can. So you really can't tell from the front page, from the cover, but you can tell from the interior what's going on. And they still this is clear. This is clear color touch. The people that bidded on this, they knew, but they still bid on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you get for color touch if you? I mean, I'm just looking at a 1.8 sold for $8,000 in 2018.
Gee, oh,
$8,000 for a 1.8 in 2018.
Take a look at this. Look at all this.
I mean, that's all like mildew, right?
That's what it looks like.
Well,
I mean, if you get this thing encapsulated, you're gonna get a purple label. God, look at that. Look at all that. I mean, these people, whoever bid on this, they knew what they were getting into. So, more power to them, I guess.
The restored sales on this still go for crazy money.
Okay. All right.
A 3.5 restored. Oh no, that was wrong. That was an aggressive purchase, man. A 3.5 restored. But these aren't. There's nothing new here. Hold on.
I get this cleaned and pressed, but not graded. Okay. I personally would not buy with possible black mold. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you on that. But I mean, ultimately, it's a great cover. But I don't know, man. If you got the money to blow on it, I don't know. It just feels like you can wait and maybe find a better copy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me.
I mean, $4,500. I mean, wow. All right.
Yeah. Congrats. All right. Next up, Mass Comics #1 from 1945. L.B. Cole cover. 1945. Okay, so 84 total on the census with the highest universal grade. Is that right? I don't know. It feels like I might have copied and pasted this wrong. Well, we'll just go with it, I guess. The highest being an 8.5 universal. And a CGC 1.0, CGC 1.0 sold for 5,250.
Wow. I know people love this cover.
Uh-huh.
It's cool, but like it doesn't do enough for me to be throwing this kind of money at it.
I know, right? Is this the only freaking picture you get? Okay. Okay, coupon cut out of back cover, large piece reattached to back cover with tape. Wow, so this thing is incomplete, really. Wow. Okay. Did he even show? Okay, so this guy even show the back cover? All you get is one freaking picture. Wow. Okay.
The back must be pretty damning. I got to be honest. If he didn't bother showing it.
Okay, so this guy has comics in his name because I figured it'd just be some guy, I don't know, selling books. Like, you should know better than to not have multiple pictures.
Yeah, well, he still got a pretty good price for it. So
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next up, Stars and Stripes Comics #3 from 1941. Paul Gustafson cover and art. Have you ever heard of this title before?
I don't know this one, man.
Yeah, I know. I've
I
never.
mean, it sounds so generic. Like, I guess maybe I feel like I do, but I don't recognize this trade dress.
Like, everything about it looks generic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just like somebody putting out comic books because everybody else was.
Yeah. 11 total on the census.
Wow.
Okay, so a 1908560. So we dropped from 8.5 to 60. And then we kind of go down the line, really. All the way down to a 0.5 restored. And okay, so a CGC 1.0 sold for 1,200.
Wow.
Interesting. So let's take a look really quickly. CGC 1.8. What did I say? 1.0? I meant to say 1.8. Oh, this thing is restored.
Yeah, they were hiding. I knew they were hiding something, man.
Damn! What a son of a bitch! Wow, what a bastard! Why would you like? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's that just feels really unscrupulous.
Which just makes the price that much more impressive.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, all you have to do is just click on the second picture, but still. Wow. Restoration includes small amount of color touch on cover, pieces added to cover.
It seems like a huge jump from a small amount of color touch where, like, whatever, anybody who had this thing for years wanted to make it look better.
Yeah.
Adding pieces, that seems like just a big jump.
I know,
what I mean?
right?
Is it in the lower corner there? It looked like that was a little discolored. If you go all the way over,
Right
other
here?
side. Is that a
Oh,
different?
yeah. I see it. Yep.
Why would you bother adding that at that point?
I know. It's just rip that thing out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks it's whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever
Yeah,
book,
I
whatever
mean,
title,
it's an
whatever
impressive
like
price though, man. Jesus.
yeah. Yeah, I'm really impressed by the price for just such a blah looking book. All right, next up, jumping into the modern age, we have Teenage Murder Bait #1. So this is I guess you can call this the regular Mike Hoffman cover. I
Gotta love
like this
Mike
book.
Hoffman.
Yeah, man. Like he does like a number of like titles like this.
Well, this is probably the raciest in terms of, like, but it's like, yeah, it's kind of like sexy space and adventure kind of stuff. Octavia, Squid Girl, like he's got a long list of them.
Yeah, Octavia. That's the one that jumps out to me.
Hmm.
But there's like a whole bunch of different titles. And yeah, okay, so I remember finding this book years ago for like $5, right? Sell it off, and I was able to find another copy about a year ago actually for like $1.
$1, wow. I
Yeah.
found mine for 20, and I thought I did all right.
But yeah, I think that particular book is going to stay in my collection now. I think I'll just hold on to it. But let's take a look at the census. Only 13 on the census. Okay, so we have if it's difficult to read, so we have 6 9.8s. They're all universal. 1 9.6, 3 9.4s, 2 9.2s, and 1 9.0. And that adds to 13 total on the census. And a 9.0 sold for $586 after 10 bids. After 10 bids. That's impressive, I think.
Yeah, that's not particularly in this market. That's a good sale.
Looks good.
Do you think that her scarf is just perfectly positioned where it's always covering?
That's a old comic book trope. It's like perfectly positioned, like over the tits and nips. Okay, this is the Popeye that we're going to talk about here. So Popeye, this is another like these Popeye variants literally just pop out of no pun intended, out of nowhere. So this is number 56. This is a 1 in 10 Steve Purcell variant.
Yeah, this is a good one. Yeah.
I've never seen this before. And of course, like I've never seen Popeye, who is a sailor, around mermaids. So I think this is to me, this is fitting.
Olive Oil's not happy about it, but it's lonely out at sea, man. You know,
I
so
know, man. Shoot. But this is a great cover. Okay, so one on the census. Only one on the census, and it's a blue label 9.2. That's it. That's the only one on the census.
it's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So we had a raw copy that sold for $125. And it was a buy it now best offer from 175.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad buy, to be honest with you.
Whew. I know. I've never seen. Yeah, yeah. I know I never come across these variants, man. Like
I'm starting to
ever.
see more and more. Like I showed you, I just bought one this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell I did with it. I just had it here, but I bought, yeah, from all people, Mike Carbano. This is a Dean Yeagle, 1 in 10, $20. This was issue number 3, so probably a little bit more plentiful than some of the later ones, but
Mm-hmm. But still,
I'm starting to pick them up for the right price now. If the
yeah.
covers are cool.
That's how I am with those IDW GI Joes. Like when I see them now, I'm just like, screw it, I'm buying them. Oops. Here we go. All right, but yeah, this is a great cover. I'd never seen it before yesterday, so it's I'm gonna be on the lookout. Carbo.
He looked frazzled, man. He looked complete. He was working with another guy. He was getting into it with him. It was he looked he looked like he was at the end of a bender or something, man. He looked he looked like he was in rough shape, but yeah, had his tie on, crazy shirt, you know, just as you'd imagine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have never seen these, but yeah, never seen. Dude, I hardly even see the regular covers in the wild, so let alone the variants. All right, next up, Venom number 13, the 1 in 100. So this is from 2012. So this is that Circle of Four storyline. I remember like having all of those. But not necessarily this variant though. But this is the 1 in 100 Walt Simonson sketch cover. So what did this have? Venom, Ghost Rider, Hulk, and X-23. Kind of an odd grouping, but
Yeah, totally.
yeah, just very random. 28 total on the census. 16 9/8 universals and 6 signature series, and I don't like this cover at all. You know what, I agree, but I would love to find it though. I don't like this cover, but I would love to find it. Okay, so there were a couple of sales this week for this book. Okay, so we had a raw copy sell on April. They both sold on April 3rd. So we had a raw copy sell for 950, right? And then you had a 9.8 sell for 1,000.
Damn.
And they were both different, and you can see both from different sellers.
It's
That's
nuts.
wild. And a few months ago, back in January, you had a 9.6 that sold for $118. So that's a hell of a jump, man.
Yeah,
Hell
man,
of a jump.
that's crazy.
What a difference like a few months can make. And we're gonna assume that all these sales are legit. We're just gonna assume that, okay? All right, next up, The Dreamer number 1. I got a story. I got like a minor story about this. The Dreamer number 1 from 2008. So this is the Jenny Frison. I want to say this is the Jenny Frison variant. Okay.
Yes. There's cover A's and cover B's for these books. Yeah, this
Okay.
is an old long story short book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say we broke it, but I don't think anybody was talking about these books until we brought them up. But
right. Okay. So this book, okay, so there is no CGC data on this book, right? And okay, so this book, this exact book, I saw this. Like this book here in the listing, I saw this book. I was at a convention and the seller was and the dealer was from Indiana, right? And because I remember the creases on it, and the reason why I didn't buy it is because it had like a ton of creases on the
Or you're
spine.
saying when you say the exact book, you mean the book
This
in the
exact book, yes,
okay.
yeah, this exact book
Not
that's in
this
the
issue,
listing.
but like the specific book.
Yes,
Wow, that's crazy.
yes. I want to see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is, right here. Okay, so I see it, and it was between this and the other Jenny Frison cover. Okay, if you see right here, I remember these ticks, right?
All of these are ticked up when you see these books.
Yeah. I did not like the condition on it. Okay, look at that. Look at that heavy crease right there. I remember seeing that. And then it was just kind of like, look at that rough along the corner. Just round. Yeah, look at that rounded corners. And I saw it, and it was like, I want to say it was like $40. And I'm just like, I can't justify spending $40 on a book like that. This, and it's this ticked up and creased and rounded corners. I just couldn't do it, right? And like I said, the seller or the dealer was from Indiana. And if you can see the seller location, Indiana.
That's too funny, man.
So this sold for $89.
I've got one of these floating around in my room somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
man. I've got.
Oh,
I found the whole set
okay.
because she did all the covers of like 1 through 5 or 6, whatever this series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. The DREAMERFRIS prison. I want to see. I want to see if there's a picture of the one I bought. Okay, I bought this one. I bought this cover for I think it was like $20. I'm not sure what it goes for, but I decided to take a chance on this one.
They're all tough.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are tough to get hands on.
Yeah, the condition was a little bit better, so I'm just like, all right, I'll get this one. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting seeing the exact one that I passed up.
Yeah, that's weird.
Good times. All right, next up, Love Everlasting. This was another long story short book. Love Everlasting #1. So this is a 1 in 100 clay man. I guess you can call it a sketch variant or black and white cover. No CGC data on this. Now, when this book was on Long Story Short, I mentioned that Clay Mann is probably one of the best artists out there, right? I think his work is excellent. It's great. Unfortunately, a lot of artists they hitch their wagons onto writers, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot, like Ed McGuinness and Jeff Loeb. I don't know who else. Steve
I mean, Alex
Dillon.
Maleev and Bendis did work together
Yeah,
forever.
yeah. Um, 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 Maybe Steve Epting and Ed Brubaker. Like artists like that. And unfortunately, Clay Mann, he hitched his wagon on to Tom King, and he's just an extremely boring writer.
Yeah.
And like this guy here, he should be doing like balls to the wall action. There was that one mini series or it was a maxi series that he did. Him and Tom King did, and God, and it was just like a bunch of heroes, like like sitting in front of like a therapy. Like they were basically in therapy.
Dude, I mean, it sums up the freaking world today. I mean, who the hell finds that shit interesting?
Yeah, and they eventually like wind up like they make all these different revelations, and they wind up just breaking down every single one of them. And it's just like this is not what comic books is about. You know what I mean? Like navel gazing and just moping around and being
Yeah.
morose. You know what I mean? He's just like Tom King is just not a fun writer, and unfortunately, and hopefully he can kind of turn it around and like get with a better writer. Honestly, he should be getting with like Jeff Loeb or something like that. Like I remember like what he did with Jim Lee and Hush. You know what I mean? Like the story was crazy, but it opened the door for just like action, you know? And another good example is Jim Lee working with Brian Azzarello on For Tomorrow, Superman for Tomorrow. That was the worst series I ever
Yeah, man.
read in my
Ugh.
life. That was awful. That was fucking terrible. Just but anyway, good looking cover, nevertheless. And there were multiple copies sold this week of this book. $79 on April 4th, $50 April 4th, $76 on April 4th. So a lot of copies sold.
Yeah, I grabbed mine for $25 last year, and I felt like I overpaid for it a little bit. I don't know why, but so happy to see these prices.
Yeah.
And James has pointed out that there are some of these on the census. He said it's a cover I, so a bunch of 9.8s and a 9.9.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Yeah, I tried to search for this as best I could, but I just didn't see
On Go
anything.
Collect sometimes when there's a lot of variants that they get to, if you're looking there, it gets screwed up sometimes.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Tom King is sold for the DC movies. That does not fill me with hope, but okay. Got option this week for it. Yeah. Okay, we'll see how that goes. When Kirby did Cap, he tried to show him in action in most panels. Now you get two characters eating lunch, talking about yeah, exactly. Sony Pictures seems to be nothing without Spider-Man. So that doesn't surprise me that Sony Pictures picked up a Tom King property. All right, next up, Indestructible Hulk. Dude, I've been after this book, I want to say, for close to 10 years now.
You just don't see this one.
No. Okay, Indestructible Hulk #1. Indestructible Hulk Special #1, 1 in 50 J. Scott Campbell variant. I've been after this thing forever. I think it's a connecting cover.
It is, yeah. There's 3 of them. You got the Spider-Man and what's the other one? Is it like Cyclops or somebody, or
maybe X-Men?
I can't remember what the other one is, but
yeah. Emma Stone producing. Oh, okay. That should be interesting. You know what? If Emma Stone is going to get involved with Sony, she might as well just be Spider-Gwen. What a waste. All right.
Yeah, Bruce, it was. We covered all of these. And actually, all the books on the thumbnail tonight, Carter and I were joking, we're all on Long Story Short at one point or another. So
everything everything circles back.
There's only so many comic books out there, man. Like,
Yeah. All right. So 40. Okay. So Indestructible Hulk Special, the 1 in 50, 49 total on the census. 23 Universal 9.8s with 7 Signature Series 9.8s. And okay, so a raw copy sold for $175.
Damn.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's a good sale.
Again, I've been after this book forever. You know what? I just never think to look for it. Like, this book has been on my want list for so long. I just forgot to look for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope I expect to find it just like when we were going through like, the ratio variant boxes at these shows or just like
Hmm.
sitting somewhere like that
And it never happens.
or in a Campbell box or something, but yeah, I never see it.
And it feels like the dust has settled enough for people to have forgotten about it. You know what I mean? For it to
Yeah.
maybe be undersold, but no.
Nope.
Next up, Hedge Knight #1 from 2003. So this is a variant, convention exclusive, and 1,500 copies of this. This is from 2003 from Image. 15 total on the census. Only 398s and one signature series 98. Okay. Um,
That's
nine.
respectable.
Yeah, 9.8. CGC 9.8 sold for $700. I know this is a really, to me, this is very unassuming.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like maybe I would just kind of like pass by it at some point. You know what I mean? Like if I'm in a box and
The
just see,
colors are so muted. The horse looks pretty depressed. I mean,
yeah, it's like okay, but
yeah.
I know to look for it now. All right, next up, Hard Boiled #22 from 1996, Griffin Publishing. I do. Do you see Griffin at all anywhere
No, I
out in
mean,
the
I have a
wild?
couple of these because I bought them from Josh, but I've never seen it out in the wild.
Hmm. Okay, Bruce Tim cover, only one on the census, CGC 9.8, and that's the one that Josh graded, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's the one he graded, and I think he sold this thing, Big 98, for like 12.50. He said or something like that.
Oh wow! Oh wow! All right. Um, so this raw copy here sold for $280.
It's not a bad deal.
So if you saw this out and about, would you be happy paying two?
I would try to talk him down, but I think 300 for this, I'd feel okay with, to be honest with you.
Mm.
If it's in if it's in decent shape.
If it was like if from what you could tell, it was like at least a 9.6.
Yeah, I would have no hesitation at that point.
Mm. Okay. All right. This book here. I hope this is I actually hope this is a legit sale for this book. So Mark Spears Monsters #1. So this is a cover F. Foil flip variant. So okay, so I found this book. So I went to the so like I told this story before where I'm at this store and there's all of the Mark Spears #1s that you could get from the store. You know what I mean? They were all there, and I basically just buy the Bridezilla variant, and I see that there for $20 up on the shelf, and I leave it because I'm just like, what am I gonna Because this was at the time where only the Bridezilla variant was selling for anything.
And is this a first print? This came out with the original #1, like the
Yes,
OG. Okay, okay.
yes, yep, and I believe this was like I want to say this was the one per store, but like you see the price up top, it says 19.99.
Yeah, well, they do these flip books in there. Yeah, they're limited print runs. Like
Mm-hmm.
they'll on the back of the Keen Spot books. I don't know what they do them with these flip books, but
Yeah.
they'll show you what they print per book, right? They print it right on the back. 350, 650, whatever. I'm just curious if it's like on the inside of this book or where you can
You
find
know what? I would have to open mine up. You know, it's funny. I have yet to open up any of those books that I bought, any of those Mark Spears Monsters books.
it.
So
Have
we'll
fun with
see.
them.
Yeah. Okay. So this one, okay. So I get, so I'm at this store like either Tuesday or Wednesday, right? Okay. Not, Not one per store, but $20 cover price. Okay. Okay, so it's like you got to order. So it's basically you have to order it. Even
Yeah.
that makes it more rare then. But so I see it there. I'm there like in the middle of the week. And then I'm just thinking to myself, maybe I should go back and see what else they have, this particular store. So I go back on a Saturday. All that stuff is still there. All that Mark Spears Monster stuff is still there. So I'm just like, screw it. Get it all. Get it all, including this for $20. And I'm thinking I'm wasting my money. You know what I mean? But okay, so we'll see what's going on. Foil flip retailer can order as many. Okay, all right. But you know what? A lot of people didn't even know to order.
No, when this first came out, that was the point. Is like nobody was going to drop big bucks on any of this stuff when it first came out, because that's the whole reason these things go for so much, is because nobody ordered them.
Yeah, and this was literally the only store that I saw within like an hour radius that was ordering like Mark Spears Monsters. You know what I mean? So hell, I want to even say like 2 hour radius. Like nobody was ordering this stuff. Okay, so 13 total on the census. With 7, 9. How do you get a 9.6? This book just came out. How do you get a 9.6? No, thank you. 9.8 or bust, bro. 9.8 or bust.
I mean, 6 9.6s. I mean,
yeah. No, thank you. All right. Okay, so a raw copy sold for $400.
Damn. All right. Congrats.
Man, listen, I hope this is legit. I hope there's no fuckery afoot when it comes to this. I'm praying. So, yeah, man. Keen Spot doesn't have the best printing machines. So, if I ever get around to submitting, I guess I'll just have to go like 9.8 or bust. When it comes to this, because like to get a 9.6 would just, I don't know, it feel like a waste. Like it would feel like I'd have to just crack the shit back out. And so, exactly 9.8 or bust, yeah, especially with this. But yeah, here's the hoping this sale is legit, because there was a 9.8 that sold for this much not too long ago. So fingers crossed. Pre-screen, yes. And that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it, everybody. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I got to go to sleep. I know you got to go to sleep.
I am with you, man. I'm with you. I'm going to go rest my weary head as soon as we get off here, but glad to be back on the show. 2 weeks in a row for missing it. I was feeling withdrawals, but yeah. Thanks for having me back on.
Hell yeah. Marvel Man Comics, it was good to see you at the convention. I hope to see you in June at the show in Cleveland. And Lord Tatman's Comics and Heroes Were Born Comics. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, great time tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us talking about comics. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. Like back in the 90s, like, did you ever think that you'd just be like talking about comics like this?
No, not even remotely crossed my mind, man.
You'd be on your television talking about comics with people around the world.
And anybody would give a shit.
Go figure. But at any rate, I thank you guys. Okay, so hopefully we'll be doing a Tuesday Tales from the Flip Side, and Thursday Long Story Short.
You're running the show. If you can't run the show, there's not going to be one, because Yee is He is gonna be at C2E2. So
Okay. Okay. All right. So 9 times out of 10, we'll be doing long story short on Thursday on Nearing Nerdvana. And we'll circle back here with an all new hot book alert live. All right, everybody. Good night.